If you're new to the channel, my name's Dino, and with my partner Adam and our fur baby Twyla, we love travelling in our Ford Transit camper van, and on occasions taking out our Jimny to do a bit of tent camping or an Airbnb. If you enjoy free or paid camping, camping tips and tricks, camp cooking ideas, and exploring towns with a good old country bakery, you come to the right channel. If you like what you see, press the subscribe button and come with us as we travel around Australia, one town at a time. Now, let's get into this episode. In this episode, I'll be camping in our Jimny by myself. Adam and Twyla are back at home. That's a whole nother story. We were meant to be doing something completely different in this episode, but I'll tell you a little bit about what happened in the last 24 hours. Everyone is okay, but there was a bit of drama involving Twyla, but as the episode goes on, I'll let you know about that. But I have headed down to Seymour Reserve, and it doesn't look too bad. I've got a water view, if you can see there. I found this on my Wiki Camps Australia app, and the pictures look really good. There is a few permanents, but so I've got about, I reckon there's a big group of permanents at one end, which there's probably, I reckon, 8 tents, and then there's probably 3 other separate permanents here as well. So, but on top of all that, there is a few caravans and camper vans that look like they're just here for the night or 2 nights. So I've got my little spot. I'm going to set up and show you what we're going to get up to in this episode. I'll show you my spot that I have gone and got. Look at this water view. Hello. And look, it's probably not the most exciting campsite. It doesn't have toilets, doesn't have running water. You've got to be self-contained. I'm kind of not. I'm going to have to find a tree, but I made sure I went to the bathroom before I got here. The grass is a bit long in front of me, so I won't be going there. I have to watch out for snakes because it is a hot day. It's about 25 at the moment. I can see people fishing across the river. So if you like fishing, you might want to give that a go while you're here. And there is an old bridge somewhere here that I saw driving in that looked really cool. So I wouldn't mind going and check that out a bit later. But first, let's get set up. Let's have some lunch. And then I might set up the Jimny to sleep in tonight. You can definitely tell that I packed the car today, not Adam. I brought these back so I could put them up to protect the windows. The magnets that I originally put on them, so these are the magnets, they don't work. They're so crap. I probably needed stronger ones, but I brought some tape somewhere amongst all my stuff here. I've got some tape, so I'm going to tape all that up now and pull out the stuff I need to make my lunch. Alright, things are starting to look a bit more set up now. I've got my spider to cook on, and I even brought the shoe away because I thought there's going to be a lot of flies out, and I've taped up all my windows just to try to keep the car as cool as we can, because it is quite hot. After I make lunch, then I will set up my bed ready, and then I'll tell you about what's been going on in the last 24 hours. But before I do anything, I'm going to be chucking some sunblock on because, like I said, it is getting hot and I don't need to get any more burnt than what I am. I have got my hat on, so this should protect me a little bit, but if I can get this to come out. But yeah, I definitely want to put some sunblock on. All right, I wanted a really quick and easy lunch, and I had some taco shells left, so I thought I'll break them up and make some nachos, but I'm doing this in a pan. So the 3 meals I'm cooking, so lunch, dinner, and breakfast in the morning, are all going to be one pot meals. Very quick and easy. Not the most healthy meals, but who cares? And so I'm going to whip these up now, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. So this is what I had left over at home, and I thought I can break them up as my chips. I went and brought a can of cheating. I've made chili con carne on one of our episodes before to put with nachos in the camp oven, but I'm going to be cooking these in the fry pan. So cook them up first. Then I'll break them up. Anyway, you'll see the process in a sec. But I've got cheese. I did get some salsa. I've got my jalapenos. And then I found this. It's a squeezy sour cream. And obviously, if you like guacamole, you can get some guacamole for yourself. If you watch our channel, you know I don't like guacamole. Oh, I'm tempted just to eat some of this. This looks good. So I've lightly sprayed the pan. I've got that on now. Now, just on half. I'm probably going to use half a can. And just put my, which one did I get? This one here. Into the pan. Get that warmed up. Looks like it's already hot. Look at that. That was quick. On the other side, I've broken up my chips. Now, you can use corn chips for this. I'm only using these because I had them at home. But just use corn chips. Chuck them in one side. Get them a little bit hot. Now we're just going to go over with some salsa. Just try to get that over as much of it as you can. Now we're going to go on with the cheese. So still leave that on that side. We just want to go on with the cheese. Look how good this looks. Now we've got the cheese all on. Look at this. Looks so good. I'm going to pop the lid on. And we want that cheese to melt. Okay, time to see if these are ready. Let's take the lid off. Let's actually turn this off, starters. And let's have a look. Oh, oh, this looks good. You could probably go a bit longer if you wanted to with the cheese. But now, to finish it off, let's make sure that's definitely turned off. Okay, that's definitely turned off. Then we want to add our sour cream. So I'm just going to do that. Look at that. And then we're going to add our jalapenos. How good do these look? So I'm doing this one-handed while I'm holding the camera. And there we have it. So the whole idea of this is you grab your chip, pick it up, dip it in, and take a bite. Cheers. Oh my god, I better do this off camera. I'm going to be making a mess. I'm definitely not saying this is the prettiest dish you can get, but damn, it tastes good. Look at that. Well, that was fantastic. It was so delicious. It hit the spot. It was so easy, quick, easy, and you could make that for a lot of people or just for one. And I don't know if Adam would really like it much. Like, I think he might like it. Maybe not the beans. But anyway, I'm going to set up my bed now. So let me go show you how I do that in the Jimny. Now, if you've seen the episode where I've been away in the Jimny the first time, you would have seen this. So, but for the people who haven't seen it, all you do is you move your front seat forward, take out your headrest, and then put your seat as far back as you can. So I've got to move it forward a bit more. There we go. So that's down now. Then there's a bit of a lull here. So we just fill that up with a blanket. So I've got this extra blanket that I put there and make sure that that is nice and flat. Then I roll out my mattress, which is a blow-up mattress, a single. I think I paid like $8 from Kmart for it. Or you can get it from Aldi really cheap as well half the time. And then pretty much you blow it up and you're ready to go. And there we have it. Bed is now blown up. Plus this time, so I don't have to use the lights in the car so it doesn't go flat, I've actually brought myself some little fairy lights. I do have a torch as well, but I thought that's a cute little touch. Now I better make my bed up. All right, so I'm set up for the night now. Blankets are on. I've got my Twyla cushion there to keep me company, and I'm set up for bed. All right, now that I'm all set up, stomach's full, I've decided to have a glass of white and just sit back and relax. The boat just went past, so it was pretty cool. And I thought this would be a good time to take you back in time to last night. So I think it was about 10:30, but anyway, I'll go straight to the clip and you can see how Twyla is and what actually happened. Adam, myself, and Twyla were meant to be heading out in our van to somewhere pretty special tomorrow, which hopefully you'll find out where that is in the future. But for now, we're going to change this episode up a bit. We are currently at the vet. It is 12:30 in the morning. We're at Essendon Fields. These guys are open 24 hours. They do such a great job. It's a little bit windy out here. Sorry about that. Twyla, we had our friends Rob and Laura over tonight. Had a beautiful dinner, and then just as I was about to leave, Twyla came into the kitchen limping. She had been licking her foot today. We weren't too concerned because she does have some allergies, but it seemed to have gotten worse to the point where she wouldn't even walk on her leg, and we thought maybe she'd sprained her leg jumping off the couch. So here we are now, finding out what's going on. She's in good spirits. You'll see her in a sec. And yeah, so let's see where this episode takes us. We don't know if we're going to be having 3 hours sleep and going off on our adventure tomorrow, or if I might just take off if Twyla's okay. I'm somewhere by myself. But anyway, let's see just where this night takes us. Twyla, you okay? You're going through the walls lately. Yes. So Twyla has been triaged. Now we're just waiting. They've got a long wait tonight, but we did bring her basket, and this has made the world of difference. She's so comfortable that she's almost falling to sleep. So we're so happy we brought her, because it makes her feel like she's at home and calms her down a bit. What time is it, Adam?
2:10.
2:10. Oh my God, it's been 3 hours. She's just resting. Okay, it's 2:30 now, and Twyla's been taken off to go get her foot shaved, so they can inspect the problem.
Well,
we're half asleep.
A suspected problem.
Yeah, so they think that her she's cut it or done something, and it's infected. It looked like there might have been a bit of like pus or something there. Anyway, they're going to shave her foot and see if they can get to the
root cause.
I can't even speak right now. I'm so tired. Alright, so Twyla's back. She's had her little foot shaved, as you can see there, and looks like it's got a bit inflamed maybe it's from grass, but nothing. A bit of anti-inflammatories won't fix. So there you go. Twyla is at home recovering with Adam. I'm out filming the episode because we will not have an episode for next Sunday if I don't come out and film something. But Twyla is in good hands and she's a lot more better today. This morning when I woke up, she was a lot more bright, and we will check in on Adam and Twyla at the end of this episode. So anyway, just thought I'd catch you up with that. Poor little Twyla, she has really been in the walls lately, but she's a trooper, and I'm sure she'll be back on next week's episode also. Now, I've come for a bit of a walk. So I found that bridge just through there. I'll just go up a bit closer so you can see it. Unfortunately, actually I might be able to see it probably better from over here. But unfortunately, I wanted to go right up to it, but there's people like camping literally underneath the old structure, and I don't want to disturb them. But I'll see if I can get a good shot of it. This is it here. Now, if I was on the other side of the river, I'd get a good view of it because I actually have a platform. I don't know if you can see it. There's a platform over there. You can actually go sit out. Now, I don't know what bridge this is. I should do some research tonight and let you know, but it looks like it has been burnt. I don't know if it was destroyed in fires or not. Okay, I was walking back to my campsite and I just probably answered my own question. The old Goulburn Bridge. So there you go. So it looks like that's what it was called. It's the thing with these places, there's no actual permanent spot, so you just pull up wherever you want or whatever makes you feel happy. Some people like to, sit back from the water, especially if they've got a bigger van. Sometimes it's easier to drive in, drive out, depending on how long you're going to be here. And I didn't let you know, we're about an hour and 10 minutes from the CBD. So if you want somewhere just to come along and camp for a night, hear the birds, or 2 nights even, just to get out of the city. Great little place to come to. I found a few different places where you can walk down to the water, especially if you want to have a fish, but I just came down because I saw the reflection of the sky in the water, and look how gorgeous that is. All right, I'm back and I've exchanged my wine for water. I think, isn't it meant to be water to wine? But anyway, wine to water. And because I'm really hot, and I don't want to make sure I don't get dehydrated, because I am going to be, I don't know how hot it's going to be sleeping in the car tonight, but for a bit of entertainment I brought my wind up radio, so I've got to start winding that up. So I've got some tunes tonight, something to do, and rather than scrolling on my phone, I thought I could listen to some nice music and watch the sunset and then cook some nice grub for dinner. So I'm looking forward to showing you what I've got on for tonight. It's something really easy, something a bit laid back, something delicious. And I'm going to tell you one thing, I am having some chorizo in it, and I'm cutting it thick. Since Adam's not here, you know, he goes, I like chorizo, I just like it cut thin, but I just think chorizo should be cut thick. And so that's how I'm doing it tonight, because it's only me eating, and that's all that matters then. Just started to get stuff ready for dinner, and now, as you can see, it's starting to rain, but I think it's just going to pass. I'm hoping it passes. I haven't checked on my phone yet, but the clouds, you know, there's a bit of black, I mean, a bit of dark, a little bit of blue sky, so hopefully it passes soon. I don't get too wet. All right, the rains came. I just swapped my hat because I didn't want it to get my other hat to get wet, but this one definitely did. And they're like massive drops, like such big drops just started coming, but I think it's only going to be a minute. So my chair's out there getting wet, but you know what, it's been such a hot day today, I don't really care if I have to sit in a wet chair tonight. I should turn my lights on to make it look a bit more, oh look at that. And I am leaving my front seat free, so even though I don't seem to have any problems with the neighbours, some of the neighbours, just in case I need to get out of here, I always like to have my front seat free so I can get the hell out of here. But the other good thing is, because it's raining, I can come in and sit in here and listen to the radio on my phone, or watch a bit of YouTube while I wait for the rain to pass. Alright, just gotten back outside. Everything is wet. My chair's wet. Everything here is wet. Wet. Anyway, clean it up and I'm going to get dinner on. I think we've got blue skies coming, hopefully. Alright, I've got everything cleaned up, ready to cook dinner. So I'm going to call this my Spanish baked beans. I've got the largest can I could get. And then I've got chili, garlic, smoked paprika. I've got a little bag of cheese. Now, depending how much you make, I'm only using this much grated cheese in it. I'm going to do half an onion, and I'm going to do one chorizo, and I'll be using that one and half of that for our breakfast tomorrow. So I'll show you, well, obviously you'll see that in the morning. And I've just got a little bit of oil. So let's get cracking. I've cut up my onion, so I'm just going to throw that in. And then at the same time, I'm going to get this onion ready for tomorrow morning. But I want this one to be a bit thicker for tomorrow. Now I've just finished cutting this up. I ended up doing 1 1/4 for tonight, and I've just cut it on a little bit of an angle and nice and thick. And then this is for tomorrow morning. I've just cubed it up. So I'll bag that up now, and that saves me work in the morning. So the first thing I'm doing is getting some heat into this pot. I just wanted to get everything cut up before I turned it on. So I'm frying off the onions. Once they're a little bit brown, then I will throw in the chorizo sausage and give that a good cook around, and then I'll be throwing in my beans and adding the rest of everything. So let's get this onion fried up and happening. Thank God the rain stopped. Just starting to brown now, so I might throw my chorizo in just because I think it might do well with some of that fat melted down. definitely comfort food, I'll tell you. I'm hoping tonight we get a bit of a nice sunset, but don't know if we will or not, depending on what the weather is tomorrow. I think it's meant to be good weather, so let's hope that by the time I cook this and we have dinner, we're watching a beautiful sunset. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So in goes the beans. Then teaspoon of paprika. Then I'm going in with the garlic. It's just garlic powder. I'm just going to put a bit of a sprinkle. Now, if you're using fresh, chuck it in when you're cooking the onions. Then we're going with the chili. This is optional. And also, look at me. I've gone from that side to no thank you, this side. And you put as much as you want. If you don't have toilets at your campsite, you probably will not want to put this much in. Now, I'm just going to add a little bit of water, so not too much, just because I want that to cook down, and I don't want it to stick, and I want the beans to turn into more of a paste. So I'm going to give this a good mix and then pop the lid on, and then I'll just stir it every few minutes until that all comes down to a paste consistency, and then at the end we'll be adding our cheese. Okay, I've had this going for about 15 minutes. You can see now the beans have broken down, so it's probably a bit too high at the moment, but you can see how they're starting to break down. That is what we were looking for. Let me just turn that down a little bit. And then we're going to start adding the cheese. Sorry, again, I'm doing this one-handed. So we just want to sprinkle the cheese through, give it a mix, and then keep doing that. We've just got more vans coming. There's a fair few people here tonight. So people are rocking up pretty late. Oh, well, it's not really late. It's probably about 6:30. So, all right, let's add this in and give it a mix around. And check out how this just melts into it. Look at that. Oh, so good. Well, maybe it doesn't look so good, but it's gonna taste amazing. I haven't added any salt or pepper. I don't think you need it. The chorizo's salty, the cheese is salty, even the beans sometimes are salty. And then when it comes to pepper, I've added chili, so you get a bit of heat from the chili anyway. But you can always add those things if you want. How cute is this? These are our Jimny / tent camping bowls, and we've got the plates to match from our friends Lita and Steve. They're so cute. We've got similar ones in the van, but these ones are coloured. All right, well, time to dish up. I admit it's not the prettiest looking dinner, but hey, it's a meal. So there we have it, our Spanish beans. Delicious. Even though I'm not enjoying a fire tonight, it's just so nice to be looking at some water and just taking in the view. I'd love to have a fire, but I don't know, I just don't think it's right. When we've just had what we've had go on in Victoria, I thought no. And I'm pretty sure, I checked the website and I'm pretty sure you can have fires at the moment where I'm staying, but no fires. Anyway, let's give this a taste. I really love the taste of this. I don't know if it's just because it's very salty, and you know, I'm a very savoury person. This is something someone like Adam might not enjoy. I think how you could take it up a level is by getting some crusty bread, toast it up and dip it in. It would be perfect. Sorry, I just got a bug in my eye. Yeah, get some crusty bread or make some damper. It would be awesome. Anyway, I'll keep going, eating my almost soup with a fork. Cheers. I think I did a good job. I can see the caravans again. The sunset's looking pretty nice, so I've got a feeling it's going to be a nice day tomorrow. It's cooled down a bit now, so I can go to sleep. But I might stay up and have another wine and listen to some music. There's definitely more colour in the sky now. Check this out. Look how amazing that looks. So gorgeous. So yeah, definitely going to be a hot day tomorrow. All right, packed up for the night, and now I'm in the Jimny. And what I've done is I'm actually sitting up until I'm ready to go to bed. I thought I may as well take advantage of having a seat here, because last time this was full of stuff. I packed way too much stuff, but this gives me the option to sit up in the car, and then when I'm ready to go to bed, I just crawl back there and I'm ready to go to sleep. So I'm really happy with the setup. And these are things, as you kind of slowly camp, however way you do it, you always find better ways to do things. So I'm definitely liking packing less and having the option of having my seat in the front. Oh, light just went out. All right. Okay, well, I will catch up with you in the morning and I'll let you know how I go. All right, guys, I've just left the campsite. I've moved up about 500 meters up the road. There was a gentleman, I woke up at 3 o'clock. A gentleman came, was like swearing and carrying on like a crazy man, and was throwing actual logs towards the Jimny. Not at the actual Jimny. I don't think he was angry at me or anything. It was just that the Jimny was in the way, because I was camped pretty much next to them. They were getting louder as the night went on, but then this just escalated to something totally different. I haven't called the police, but I've yeah, I just thought I just need to get out of there. So I've moved 500 meters up the road. There was another little rest stop. There's a truck here, a caravan here, so I feel safe here. That was definitely a different experience that I've never had before. Good morning. I've moved positions again, for no reason this time, just simply because I thought where I was, it was more of like a rest stop. So I've driven to the other side of the river, directly across from the caravan. Oh, well, I was about to say the caravan park. Directly across the road from the camping spot that I was in originally. I've come across to the wooden bridge. So that's the bridge I showed you yesterday. Now I'm on the other side of it. There is a park here with chairs and tables that you can enjoy. The only thing is there's no camping here. So I'm going to head across and check out the bridge and see what else I can see around here before having breakfast. All right, so that's part of the old bridge here and here. And there is a proper walking track down to the bridge. And they've got this set up here. That was what I showed you yesterday, where you could come out and sit out there if you wanted to see the bridge. Oh, it looks so much better from this side. So much better. And it looks like this is part of the rail trail. But it looks, I could be wrong, but I think so. And that's the winery just over there. All right. Might have to get some photos. So you can walk under the bridge here. You can do that over on that side too, but like I said, there's people camping there. All right, I'm just gonna go look at this lookout and see if it's a better view of the bridge. And that's the winery there. I didn't catch the name of the winery, but that's there if you want to check it out. Oh yes, this is definitely the better spot to get your photo with the old bridge. Look at that. Such a beautiful spot to come check out the river. So I'll just explain. So where that caravan is right there, that was the rest stop that I stayed at last night when I moved up. And then you got the bridge, and then behind that bridge you can see that there's a van there. I was down probably around about there. I was camping when the guy went a bit troppo, and then I just moved up. I just thought I just got to put myself out of the way of harm, and I thought before anything escalates even more. I had a look, and it looks like everyone's still there from last night, so no one else left, even though. But then because it was quite late, so I have a feeling that a lot of people would have just slept through it, especially the ones in the caravan. They would have heard nothing. They would have been snoring away. But anyway, it looks like everyone's safe, everyone's cool. Okay, so I've just done some research, and it is a 35-minute walk from here into town to a bakery that we've been to before, which was really good. Or I can drive in and 6 minutes, rather than pull all my kitchen stuff out and cook up breakfast. It's very tempting. I'm thinking the bakery might win, and it'd be great to take something back for Adam. I think he would like that. And we'll check on Twyla. So I might keep my breakfast that I was going to cook for another episode. So that's where I parked in front of the winery. This is the picnic area I was talking to you about, where you can't camp here, but it looks like people have camped and had fires. And this is the trail that will take you into town, 35 minutes that way. Put into your app, and that is the actual campground right there where I was camping last night. So just on the other side of the bridge now, so you can see that's the view of it over there. All right, so this isn't the rail trail by the looks of it. It's the Seymour Goulburn River Walk. So that's what it is there. There's a little bit of information if you want to stop and have a read. And one thing I'm spewing, I didn't get to see any koalas. Looks like there's koalas here. Wouldn't that be great? Love to see a koala. Would I camp here again? Probably not. But not saying that you shouldn't give it a go if you are in the area. If you want to check it out, come down. I'll just drive around, see how you feel about it. In the end, by the time everyone got there last night, it was probably half permanents and half people just popping in for a night or two. So I could have stayed there and I probably would have been okay. I just thought, I'm really not in the mood for any drama. So I removed myself from the problem, like I said. So this is the cafe I want to go to and get some brekkie. This is the menu. They've got quite a bit here, so you're definitely going to find something you like. Okay, I've ordered myself a big breakfast. I'm looking forward to this. Now, I originally thought I was coming in town to go to the bakery. The bakery that I was looking at going to isn't here anymore. So I still might see if there is another bakery so I can grab something for Adam on the way home. They do have some cakes and little bits and pieces in here, but I'm just going to enjoy my breakfast first and my coffee. Breakfast is here. Look at this. Oh, got everything. Definitely is a big breakfast. Breakfast was fantastic, and then I got a surprise. Look who rocked up, all the fireys. I don't know if they're getting ready to go out and still put out spot fires and things like that, because this whole area was affected by the recent Victorian fires, and my sister only just drove through some of the affected areas only yesterday, and she said there is still a lot of smouldering. Is that what you call it, when there's smoke and there's spot fires and they need to just be on it? So these guys are still working hard even a week on after the fires, and by the time this episode comes out it'll be a few weeks. But yeah, always working hard and don't get paid for this. Volunteers, amazing work, guys. So before I head back, I thought I'd come down to that river walk that I showed you this morning, because if you follow that down, this is where you'll end up in town, and then you'll end up coming to also the Remembrance Shrine, and along there they have old army vehicles. They've even got a helicopter suspended in the air. It's unbelievable. Now, we do have an old episode from a very long time ago where we stayed here in town at a caravan park. If you want to check that out, if I remember, I'll link it in at the end. Hopefully I do. Otherwise, you can just search it, King Dino's Adventures Seymour. And also, they do have an information office here I thought I'd mention. And I was on the way back to the car and I noticed the old post office. What a stunning building. All right, made it back home. The last 48 hours have been mental. Like, from being at the vet at 3 in the morning and then getting home we didn't get home until about 4 o'clock, then packing and going away by myself, and then to have that guy going crazy. Anyway, I'm home and I'm looking forward to next weekend going away with Adam and Twyla. And talk about Twyla, here she is. And she's got her cone on to stop her from licking her paw. Her paw is getting better, isn't it, Twyla? Yes, yes it is. Anyway, so she's doing well. Hopefully she'll be all well enough to be back on the episode next week. Guys, if you haven't already remember to like, subscribe, and give us a hype. So you can press that down the bottom, especially if you have to do it on your phone. So press hype and try to get us to number 1 this week.